Die dritte Staffel von The Vampire Diaries ist vorbei. Wenn ihr jetzt schon Entzugserscheinungen habt, helfen wir euch gerne, die Zeit ohne eure Lieblingsblutsauger zu überbrücken. Zuschauer-Reporter Claudia und Rina aus Österreich sind auch ganz große Fans und waren für uns bei der Bloody Nightcon. Zugegeben, es ist zwar schon ein paar Tage her, dass beide in Barcelon waren, aber okay, vielleicht viele Tage. Dafür bekommt ihr jetzt die Pressekonferenz mit ihren Somerhalder und Wesley ungekürzt und in voller Länge zu sehen. Bitteschön.
Vampire Diaries, or you're staying in Barcelona or something?
Well, I've been here for a week. You just got in.
Just got in. I'm here with my brother that I haven't seen in over a month.
Yeah, it's been a while. Longest we've ever been apart.
This is the longest we've ever been apart.
Couldn't sleep. No, I've been here for a week. I fell in love with the city. Yeah, completely fell in love with it. I was here once before, but I didn't really experience it. I was 2 days, but I fell in love with it.
So we're really excited to be here. I mean, this, obviously, what Barcelona gives you in life, and the people, and the food, and the music, and everything.
Too much food.
It's just incredible. So we're very thankful and happy to be here, and hopefully we won't bore the shit out of you.
Unless we already have.
I have a question. Can you please explain how the event of tomorrow is going to be? What can we find there? What would you be doing there? And all that stuff?
Well,
I mean, my impression on the very general level is that we're just going to go and sort of interact and experience the local fans.
Yeah, it's actually, what's crazy is, that's definitely going to happen. We have, it's a pretty intimate, really cool thing. You meet fans, do a photo session, and then you do probably Q&As type stuff. I'm not sure. Typically you do. But what's really cool about it is you get it. And Paul and I are extraordinarily lucky by virtue of the fact that our fans are amazing. I mean, they're crazy amazing, and they're they're able very easily to express their love for your show or what you do at a decibel level.
Yeah, I was going to say, you put it very diplomatically, and then you
and it's amazing the noise and the experience and the energy.
Basically, we're narcissists, and we need to feed our egos
by screaming crowds.
So tomorrow is how that's going to happen. No, but it's nice to do these things during the hiatus when we have an opportunity to travel to a country and get taken care of and meet the fans. And not a lot of shows have international recognition, and ours does. So this is a great. Ours doesn't at all. There's going to be There's going to be 3 people there.
Yeah, there's going to be actually 3 plus us. So that's 5. The other thing I was going to say is that what's crazy about these things is actually it's not actually even that localized. I mean, I saw people in Paris that came from Denmark or somewhere a lot farther away, even Russia, and said, and I'll see you in Barcelona. And I thought, wow, to fly from Moscow to Barcelona to meet the 2 of us is an exceptional thought, and it's really, really powerful. It's really cool that we get to see and meet all these amazing people who are, and I'm not just, it's no discrimination, but who are about 99% female. It's pretty bad for our egos.
M'ho podràs traduir perquè l'he de fer en català, la pregunta? Sí, així ho farem més. Vale. Bien, Pol, què tal? Una pregunta important, és la segona temporada del 3XL de la vostra sèrie i volem saber què ofereix Diaris de vampirs de diferent a les altres sèries i pel·lícules sobre els mítics vampirs que tant estan de moda. Què té de diferent?
Sí.
It's the second season in the TV3 channel, and what do you explain about this second season what have different of the other?
It hasn't aired yet?
TV shows or
yes,
cinema?
TV shows or the Vampire Diaries or vampire shows or vampire movies.
Wait, what? Wait, how does it differ? What do you mean? You mean the second season?
Yes, the second season starts now in
Okay, it
the
hasn't
West.
started yet.
Oh,
Yes, and
very cool.
the Vampire Diaries is different than the other vampire shows. You can explain.
How many vampire shows do you guys have? What are you cheating on me?
The second season is much more. It sort of shifts into a very plot-oriented dynamic.
Yeah, I mean we got into a lot of mythology. But because we had to, you know, explain how everything was going to unfold going forward, and it was a feat. It was definitely a feat. It was a, you know, shooting an episode of television, especially of this show. This is a very big show. Shooting a season of television, and I obviously, and by no means is this a complaint. It's just an observation. It is a really intense 9 months of your life. We live on set basically every day, all day, and with the second season, it became increasingly more plot-driven again, so that we could figure out where the originals came from, what powers and the problems with, you know, the Bonnies of the world, and what was going to happen with the werewolves, and I mean, and it got. The story got.
A lot of new characters are introduced.
It got big, and where we were saying, you know, we'd be reading a new script or a new draft, and it was a completely different script, and we're going, oh no!
But, and then I didn't know where the hell it was going, but by the end, it makes sense, and finale ties everything together nicely. And in season 3, series 3, will be back like season 1 more, I think a little more character.
I talked to Kevin, and I think. Well, because it cut my arm for saying this. Cut my arm off. No, I mean, I think it's pretty well known. I mean, I think that the show for season 3 is going to effectively go to a much more psychological thriller type feel. Get back into some of maybe the nitty gritty, the scares, the you know, getting back to our characters and really understanding how they're dealing with everything. As opposed to how they're dealing with things within the scope of a mythology, if that makes any sense at all.
Una altra pregunta, la joventut a la sèrie apareix com sempre fent festa, bevent, prenent droga. Realment, a les sèries de vampirs, per què ha d'anar sempre relacionat amb la festa, amb el pecat? Realment, la joventut dels Estats Units és així, realment?
He asked you in the show, like, the youth, people that are in the show, go out and love a lot and drink a lot and take drugs. And he's wondering why is that together with vampire shows and is really American youth like that?
I think all youth is like that.
Yeah.
It transcends.
From what I can tell, I've been in Barcelona for a week. And all your talk singling out Vampire Diaries. I think Vampire Diaries is based on Barcelona in terms of its drinking and.
Where?
Just walk down La Rambla and just
I know that place.
12 o'clock in the morning. No, I mean, I think that, you know, within surrounding the vampire genre, you know, I think vampires are very lust-driven creatures, and, you know, that is in the mythology, actually. It's your given right for Damon to be a complete lush, because they're pretty emotionally scarred individuals. But as far as singling out, and I don't mean that in a negative way, I'm just saying singling out Vampire Diaries, I think all kids party like that. I mean, it transcends time, whether it was in the 1850s or the 1950s or 2050. You know, we are all going to figure out how to deal with our fun and our, you know, experimenting, especially in the, you know, in the...
Yeah, and I have little sisters and they're angels. They don't do anything. No drinking, no partying.
Yeah, right.
Study every night.
You know?
No, yeah, I think they do. I don't know. I think certain TV shows glorify it.
Yeah,
and,
they certainly do.
You know, and I think it could be negative influence in terms of like pop culture, you know, influence on youth. But I don't think Vampire Diaries is ahead of the pack on that one.
And you have heard your voice in Catalan and in Spanish?
I haven't. Does
No?
it sound like yours?
Yeah, it's like my language.
Are you the guy?
Sí,
Okay.
yeah, and your voice in Catalan if you want,
fantastic.
yes.
Oh, you're kidding?
No, I'm
Just kidding. Okay, good.
Yeah, he's kidding.
No, I'm not so fancy. Sorry.
I was just saying, my pissed. No.
Just one question about Lost. What about the end Lost? I'm questioning that.
Wait, is it over?
Yes, creo que sí.
Lost?
Yeah, it's just a question for him.
Lost.
Lost?
Lost!
Lost.
I was like, I thought you were like, I don't know anything about Lost. I'm like, buddy, sorry.
No, I want to know your opinion about the ending.
You know, I think it's one of those situations where, personally, I think that they tied up everything they needed to tie up in a way in which still left your mind. Everything, obviously, is open for interpretation. Those guys did the best job that they could of giving you exactly what they... The great thing about it, and I'll make this really quick, you got to feel, you felt, by revisiting all of these characters, you saw those faces, and you felt emotion for them because you immediately went back in time where you met them, how you met them, the experience you went through, the journey that you went through with them, and then putting them all together in one room, and allowing them all to have some sort of, they all have some sort of resolve. Some sort of resolve, I'm not saying total resolve. I thought that was awesome. And it was one of the coolest human experiences ever. We were shooting our season 1 finale, and they were shooting the season 6 finale of the show, and I felt as if, you know, I had my brothers on Vampire Diaries, and I had my brothers and my sisters on Lost, and working in those same 2 shows in the same week at the same time was, I think, one of the things I'll never forget. That was pretty monumental.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Next question.
Vermisst, you don't
I have
say
a question.
miss.
I have a question for Paul.
Yep.
I have another question.
The answer is no.
Okay, thank you. Do you see differences between the reaction your fans have in Spain or in other countries? I mean, do we Spanish people are more enthusiastic or less enthusiastic? Can you see differences?
I actually think that it's, personally, for me, I think that it feels like I have more fans in Europe. When I walk around the streets, people are much more verbal with professing how much they love the show.
It's pretty amazing.
We still get a lot of love, but it's like it is certainly
nothing like Europe.
More intense.
It's nothing like Europe.
Yeah,
I mean,
in a good way.
And you know, yesterday, even just walking down, it was really funny because in the Plaza de Catalunya right now, there's this gigantic peace rally. People sleeping in the street, dreadlocks, and it's awesome. And I was walking through there with my brother-in-law, and I just walked straight through, and I was getting kind of hot, so I kind of took my hat off, and nobody stepped out of the Plaza de Catalunya right onto La Rambla, and it was like, Ian! I mean, because you went from a bunch of peace frogs to pop culture, and
Did you start a riot at the peace rally?
I did not start a riot. I wanted to just chill there with those guys. But the fans are so sweet,
really sweet,
and they're also very, very. Everyone just kept saying, because people were asking for photos, and you have to have a policy basically, and I always say it is such a pleasure to me. I can't do photos in the street because you do it with one person, and all of a sudden, then you can't move around. So it's so awesome. It's so great to be able to speak with them and shake their hands and see them. And everyone just said, "It's such a pleasure to meet you. I'll see you this weekend. Thank you." It was almost as if you were saying, "Hey, I'll see you Saturday for dinner." So it created this kind of cool, intimate thing in the middle of the street in Barcelona where they were okay with the fact that you know, we couldn't stop and hang out for a while. That is an interesting dynamic.
I take photos all the time on screen.
Well, Paul, you're a better person than I am.
Okay. Eran 15 minutos y ya no podemos más. Tienen que hacer entrevistas personales y lo siento muchísimo, ¿vale? Si podéis levantaros y podéis salir, ¿vale? Porque van a empezar los de TNT. Sí, por favor, esperaros arriba en el bueno, se puede la...
Did you gotta go to Marco Siega sent me
Ja, so hautnah haben Rina und Claudia die heißesten Vampirbrüder der TV-Landschaft erleben können. Mädels, wir beneiden euch. Geht ihr auch regelmäßig auf Conventions und wollt auch Zuschauer-Reporter bei Serieasten.TV werden? Na dann schreibt uns eine E-Mail an redaktion@serieasten.tv.